In this video, we're going to have a look at the principle of operation of the parking brake valve or hand brake valve of an air brake system. This right here is the valve for parking brake operation. Now, when you look at the different components, right here we have the handle, and there is a locking mechanism right here, and there is a surface for sliding, and then we have the spring-loaded valves and airline connections on the lower side. When you look at the different components of the parking brake valve, we have an air input, we have an air output, and we have a control signal, and we have a vent. Let's go and have a look at those. This line, right here we have a reservoir for the air brake, parking brake mechanism. So line from the parking brake will be connected to line 1. Right there you see line 1 is always an input. When it comes to air brake, as we have said in other videos, line 1 is an input. So this will be input from the parking brake reservoir into the parking brake valve. This is the line coming from the tank. And this right here, line 21, is output to circuit number 1. 2 stands for output, 1 stands for circuit number 1. So 21 is output to circuit number 1. So this right here is an output. And we have also another output. If you come closer, right here, there is line 22. This is another output. Now, the yellow line is going to the trailer control valve. And this green line, line 21, is actually going to the rear combination chamber. If you follow that line, you see it comes to the combination chamber right in here. Right here we have the combination chamber is usually installed on the rear brake drum assembly. Now, as you can see this, it is a two-part brake chamber. The green one is for parking brake. The blue one is for a service brake. Inside the blue one, we have only a diaphragm and a return spring. When compressed air is supplied from the service brake valve, from the foot valve into here, that will push the diaphragm, and that will actuate the push rod. The push rod will act on the slack adjuster, and that will apply brake. When it comes to parking brake, however, parking brake is actually applied by a very tough spring in here. There is a tough spring. When that spring is extended, it will push the push rod and apply brake. Now, for example, it is applying brake. As you can see, the push rod is extended out, so the cam is actually acted up, the slack adjuster is acted up, and brake is applied by the spring. So, when compressed air is coming from this line, however, when compressed air is coming from the parking brake valve and get admitted into this chamber, it will compress that spring. So already expanded spring will be compressed to this direction, going away from the push rod. That will disengage parking brake. So, on an air brake system, parking brake is applied by the spring force. Parking brake will be released by compressed air. So when you apply compressed air in here, you are actually disengaging parking brake. When you allow the spring to act on the push rod, you are allowing the parking brake to be applied. This is a safety feature. If there is a problem with the entire air system, the spring will exert pressure on the push rod and apply brake. So that is a safety feature. It is not activated by the air brake, rather it is activated by a very tough spring. That tough spring will exert force on the push rod, engaging the parking brake. Now, if you want to disengage the parking brake, you simply apply compressed air into this chamber. If you want to apply parking brake, you remove the compressed air from this chamber so that the spring can expand and apply pressure on the push rod. So, the parking brake valve will do this function. When you want to apply parking brake, you will disconnect this line going to the brake chamber, to the rear combination chamber. You will connect this to the vent. This line is number 3. It is a vent. So when parking brake is applied, always remember, when parking brake is applied, you are discharging compressed air from this line and venting it out. So when parking brake is applied, line 21 will be connected to line 3. What will that do? It will discharge compressed air from this circuit. When compressed air is discharged from here, now the spring inside the rear combination chamber will expand and apply brake. When you want to release parking brake, you will disconnect line 21 from vent and connect it to line 1. That will make compressed air to come from line 1. It will pass through this chamber. It will follow the line. It will follow the piping, and that compressed air will get admitted into this chamber and it will compress the spring. So that is how the parking brake is disengaged. Now the parking brake will also have a third function. Right here we have a yellow line that will allow the parking brake of the trailer to be activated. This is actually line going to the trailer control valve. When parking brake is applied, these two lines, they get vented out. Air from here will be discharged through this line. When parking brake is released, both lines, line to the trailer control valve and line to the rear combination chamber, will be supplied with compressed air from line 1. So this is how it is done. Right now, if you place it like this, for example, the parking brake is on open, and this will disengage the parking brake. Now compressed air is supplied from line 1 to line 21 and line 22. As I pull this up and place it right here, there is a placing position right here, that will engage the parking brake. Now if you pull it up, there's a spring load, there is a spring in here. If you pull it up and place it in such a fashion, now parking hand valve is closed. What does it do? It will discharge the air inside these two lines and allow the trailer brake to be applied and the tractor rear combination chamber brake also to be applied. Now there is a third function on this parking brake valve. Right here, if I bring this, if I move it like so and put it on the upper line, bring it here, there is a third function. Look, this right here. This is called a test function. If I release it, it will go back to the closed position. Look, you pull and then keep it in such a fashion. When you let go, it will go back. This is a third position, test position. When this valve is on the test position, this line going to the rear brake chamber will be depressurized. Line going to the trailer control valve will be pressurized. What will that do? The parking brake of the tractor is applied. The parking brake of the trailer is not applied. So the idea here is to test whether the tractor is capable of holding the tractor and the trailer assembly stationary in case there is a failure of the trailer circuit. Because the trailer circuit is prone to malfunction due to loss of compressed air inside the trailer reservoir, for example. Now you are going to test if the tractor is capable of keeping the trailer and the tractor stationary if the trailer brake system is not functioning. So that is a test function is there in order to test whether the tractor is able to keep the trailer and the tractor parked. So by putting it on the test, you are engaging the parking brake of the tractor and you are disengaging the brake of the trailer. So the test function is there in order to test whether the vehicle is being able to stay stationary if there is a failure of the trailer circuit. So these are the three positions. There is an open position, there is a closed position, and there is a test position. On the open position, both parking brakes are released. On the closed position, both parking brakes are applied. On the test position, parking brake for the tractor is applied, brake for the trailer is disengaged. So this is how the hand brake valve or the parking brake valve operates in an air brake system.